Ladies and gentlemen, our guests of honor, friends, family, well-wishers, press, and all those present here. Me, Divya, I take great pleasure in welcoming each and every person present here to this very special and important occasion for the wonderful Isha Nagappan and her family. A very special occasion because it's the launch and the birth of a new author in the world of fiction. Put your hands together and let's celebrate the birth of this author, Miss Isha Nagappan, with the book Alisha. Now, I'm not going to run through a very formal script. I'd like to say all of us, I think most of us here know who the author of the book Alisha is. But for some people, she's family. For some of them here, I'm sure you're their little niece. Or for some of you, you're a friend. Some of you, you're an inspiration to write now, like you're a really budding author. For some of you, you're budding competition. I'm sure you're going to be like a great writer. And for some, you're just a 13-year-old. Okay, but today, for the world out there, for all of you sitting out here, and for the world out there, you're an author. You're an author who's taken your first step into the world of writing and into the world of books, novels, and much more to come. So, a great round of applause for the wonderful 13-year-old child prodigy, Isha Nagappan. Now, we all know what a teenager's lives are like. I'm sure all of you have children, or there are children here of the teenage years. So we all know what teenage life is. I've been through it myself. And at 13, I don't even remember what I was doing. Trust me, if I asked my mom, she would have just said, you were just a brat. You know, you were just, like, you had no clue what you wanted to do. You had absolutely no goal, dream. Until I was 21, I didn't even know what I wanted to do. But when I see kids, when I see children who have 13 years, who actually have focus, determination, persuasion, perseverance, and a goal in life, it makes me want to actually rewind time and say, oh God, I should have done it at 13, you know? So, and today I think Isha Nagappan is a wonderful example for all the kids of her own age and for all the parents out here who need to support that sort of talent and hard work. That's where we need to give Mr. Nagu Chidambaram and Ms. Geeta Chidambaram a round of applause, because I'm sure if not for her parents and her brother, Mr. Surya Chidambaram as well, if not for your family support, I'm sure you wouldn't have gotten this far, and you won't be having so many people sitting here cheering for you, applauding, and welcoming you into the world of writing. So, if I was having this conversation with her mom, with Mrs. Geeta Nagu, and all I could make out from that conversation is she's very close to her daughter, and they share an extremely important and extremely special bond. But all that she said, like if you ask normal mothers, that is teenagers' mothers, if you ask them, what's your daughter like, or what's your son is like, they'll be like, they like playing video games, and they like to just, you know, hang around with friends, they like to go to coffee shops, they're just trying to experiment with things. But when I asked Miss Geeta, what is Isha like? The first thing that came up to her was, she's such a mature child. You know, she's such a mature child and she's very accountable, is what she said. Now, we don't expect 13-year-olds to be very accountable, I can say that. And I have a younger brother, so I know how difficult it is to bring up people of that age. Now, she said she doesn't take undue advantage of the liberty given to her, and she knows exactly what she wants. So, few days ago, when she started writing this, at the age of 12, actually a year ago, she was watching this show called TED Talks on YouTube. And she came across this video on TED Talks where she found a young girl talk about how she became a child author. And that was like a moment, you know, a frozen moment in her life where she thought, Ma, if she can do it, I can, right? Yes, and it's not like she thought of it and, you know, she's like, if she can do it, I can, but I'll do it at some point of time. She took her first step right then. Very few people do that, and she did it right then. When she saw it, she's like, okay, this is an inspiration to write. And I have so many people out there who is ready to give me that sort of support. So I have to take my first step of writing, and she did. And here we have Alisha, the beginning. So we're going to see more of this. This evening is all about the book and all about the two people who are here to support her, the two people who have made time to come here and be a part of this book release, be a part of this very, very special moment for her that she's going to cherish for life. And those two people are our guests of honor today. I'm very, very happy, and I'm sure the family, Mr. Nagu Chidambaram, Mrs. Geeta Nagu, and Mr. Surya Chidambaram is very happy to receive the two guests of honor for today. Put your hands together and let's welcome Mr. A.C. Muthaiya, who is like family to us, and Mrs. Shobha Dey, a prolific writer. I don't think we need an introduction to her, but I will be giving you an introduction which will go on for pages and pages. I'm going to try and brief it out for you all in a while. Anyway, I'm sure all of you want to know how this book came around. Like I told you that she saw a video on YouTube and suddenly she had this thought that I should write. But to write a book, you need a publisher. In fact, to publish a book, you need a good publisher. And we have Isha written this book called Alisha, The Beginning, that is published by the Power Publishers from Kolkata. And this book is set in Mumbai. She wrote it with the thought of a school life in Mumbai. It's about a 13-year-old character called Alisha and what happens in her life. Basically, what happens at school, what happens at home, what happens with her friends, and so on. A typical teenager's life. She's written about a typical teenager, but what I'd say is she's not a very typical teenager, you know. She's somebody who has so much of focus, determination, perseverance. She's got that drive in her to say, I can do it. And that's an amazing quality, an amazing trait that you hardly find in a 13-year-old. So we welcome you, Isha, to this wonderful, wonderful world of books and writing, and you're going to have a fabulous journey from here because this is her first book. She has future plans to writing. This is not like the beginning and the end. It only says the beginning, so we already know that there is going to be a sequel to this. Apparently, she's going to write 2 more books, which is going to be the continuation of Alisha, The Beginning. And from there on, right now it's fiction in her mind, but from there on she's going to get into the world of fantasy writing. Let's see how she gets there. She's got a couple of plans as of now. After her 10th exams get over, she plans to go to the US for a 6-week course in writing, creative writing. And she wants to hone her writing skills and come back and see what she can do with them. Now, the only thing I'd like to say is, we all know that this is not only about her. Today is not only about Isha. Today is not only about Alisha. Today's a day where all of us, I think every time we get on stage or every time we go for a function or a launch or any important moment, you go there so that you can take something back home. You go there because you want to take a message back home. And the message here is that all of you have a child at home. All of you know that there is some sort of hidden talent in that person that we may have skipped, we may have overlooked, which we may still be looking to find and to put in place. You might have a dream for her, but she has a dream, or she or he has a dream for himself or herself. So what we need to do is hone their skills, nurture that skill, and help them achieve what they want so that they can be successful people, and there can be another Mr. A.C. Muthaiya, or there can be another Shobha Dey in the world. And that's a very rare thing, so start today is my message to all of you. I'm sure you all want to take that back home. Anyway, before I move on, we have a very special screening of something today, which Isha doesn't know about. It's a small surprise for her. So before we go on, we're going to take a look at the AV.
A simple, fun-loving, and extremely talented 13-year-old girl believes in living life to the fullest. Isha. When she started to write her first book, Alisha, The Beginning, which is based on the life of a 12-year-old girl studying in the school in Mumbai, ambitious Isha plans to make Alisha into a 3-book sequel. Susan Collins, Meg Cobot, Jack Canfield have been Isha's favorite writers who have inspired her as well. This aspiring and young writer plans to venture into fantasy writing. With fantastic adaptive skills, Isha always excelled in all her endeavors in complete hard work and dedication. With amazing communication skills and clarity in thought, Isha is one of the most talented budding writers today. With the way-to-go spirit, Isha is all set to explore the world and make use of the resources that she has to learn and practice in life.
My dear Isha, Hearty congratulations on your remarkable achievement. As many would relate to Isha's book, I would like to ponder on this little girl who has woven this novel. A child who wishes to learn every moment of her life with concentration, consistency and confidence, with effort, untiring, enthusiasm and exuberance. From art to craft to music, knowledge and etiquette, she excels. And now writing, which is one of the fine arts, is an added gem to her interests. With God's grace, let us all wish her pen to capture the whole world. Isha, when is your next novel coming up?
Hi Isha, congrats. And it was a surprise one fine morning, and I was going through the Hindu. I told my wife Sarna, hey, looks like our Isha. Then I go through the write-up and all that. I know she is a child prodigy and she will definitely go a long way. In fact, I used to ask Nagu and Geeta, how you feel being the parents of Isha? I said, we are really proud, we are very happy. This is the kind of accolades or praise or the satisfaction of the parents. And Isha is a child, doesn't need any kind of provocation or motivation. She is a self-motivated child. Something you can't imagine, a 13-year-old child bringing out a novel and sitting on a stage like this with a celebrity writer to launch and the great personalities to attend. My goodness, hats off. It's a great day for her. Once again, at the end of it, I congratulate the parents. In the bringing up any child, the parents are the best role models. Geeta and Nagu is the real role model to bring up Isha. Isha, you have done the first book. Tell us when is the next one. I'm sure it must be already on the way, waiting for more and more to come from you. And like me, everyone is looking for that.
I have known Geeta and Nagu for very many years. They are my extended family. I have seen them grow to be successful entrepreneurs. I am very proud to say that I delivered Isha. I just want to relate one incident. When she was just about 5 years old, when she was spending the day with me, I had guests in my house. And the first thing Isha did was she went to the kitchen and told my maid, guests have come, you please get the tiffin and coffee ready for the guests, she said. I was simply amazed to see how observant the child and how hospitable she is at the age of 5. I really wish her all the best and success in the future endeavors.
This is a moment of great pride and pleasure. இன்று பொழுதிலும் பெரிதுவக்கும் தன் மகனை சான்றோன் என கேட்டாள். Similar is the state of mind of a teacher. She came to me as early as when she was studying UKG and was under my tutelage till recent past. It is from this very place she grew up, learning to listen, argue, interact and think a lot. She long back shared with me her idea about this venture of hers, and it is gratifying to see her dreams come true today. I wish her all the best from the very bottom of my heart.
Hi Isha.
Hi Isha, congrats on your book. The book is like awesome.
Yeah, see, I've read this book before. You have given me the first copy, which has about 150 A4 sheets separately. So I had to flip through all the pages and read. But fine, it is a very good book, and I really appreciate like what Keetna said for a teenager to write such a wonderful book. And you're awesome, I know that.
Now it's really sad that you left our school, but still we'll always keep in touch. And we'll never ever forget you, because you're one of the best person I've ever met in my life.
Very nice book.
We're always there for you.
Isha, yes, she's a very special child, very charming, very sweet. Her smile is very contagious, and she's very well mannered girl, extremely well brought up, and I'm extremely happy and so very proud of her that she has released a book recently, and I have not had the chance to go through it fully, but I have definitely looked at it and seen what she has written, and I think it's a brilliantly articulated book. She has done a wonderful job by expressing her feelings and bringing it out so beautifully in the form of the book. And I think she is definitely going to go places, and she's super talented, and it's fantastic that she's nurturing her talent.
Alisha, the beginning. Very rightly said. I'm sure this is just the beginning of many achievements that Isha is going to accomplish in her lifetime. And I wish you all the best for that, Isha. See you soon.
Darling Isha, heartiest congratulations. We are so proud of you. It was just yesterday when you were actually learning the alphabets and trying to form words and sentences. And today my little angel has actually written a book and published it. A big task for an adult and a huge task for a little child like you. I am so proud, and so are all of us who are gathered here today, because you are the sweetest little girl who fills everybody's lives with so much of love and sunshine, and it couldn't have happened to a better little girl. All the best, and may God bless you with every happiness and success in this world, and many more books like Alisha. Love you, Isha.
Hey Shama, our little rock star angel, loving you so much. So happy for you. I wish I was there in person for this wonderful grand event. I was just thinking, 1 billion people would have actually thought of writing something or recording what they think, or would have thought of so many wonderful things. Out of them, only millions of people would have actually done something. Of them, a few thousands would have actually got them published and got through a right publisher. You are really a chosen one for having got all of these things right and celebrating it in such a wonderful manner. Like our Guru Mahatriya would say, it's the power of intent of the parent on the child. Geeta and Nagu are one of the best role model parents a child can have. Surya and you are absolutely lucky that way.
Okay, so was that surprising for you? Yes, it was. Okay, so that was a special AV for you, put together by so many people who love you a lot, who definitely want to see you go a long way. Anyway, on that moment, on that note, we're definitely going to call the most important person in your life, your father. Can we have Mr. Nagu Chidambaram on stage to deliver the welcome address?
Good evening, everybody, and thank you very much for coming here. I'm here to actually deliver a welcome address, and I hope I don't get emotional. Yeah. It's my pleasure in welcoming Mr. A.C. Muthaya, whom we very fondly call as A.C. Manan. The association our family and A.C. Manan's family share goes back a few decades. Looking at a launch event like this, a book release event like this, I'm reminded of a similar event that took place 20 years ago, where there was a book launch event, and A.C. Manan presided over it, and the author of that book was my dad. And I see something similar like that happening 20 years later. It's purely destiny. It's flowing very beautifully. We're enjoying each moment of it. With A.C. Manan, he's always there for us for any mentoring, any amount of clarification, discussions we would like to have, thoughts that we would love to share. He's always there. And one of the biggest blessings today is having A.C. Manan here, because we believe he's a father figure for us, and it's fantastic to have him here. And welcome here, and thank you very much for being available here. Ms. Shobha Day. Actually, I shouldn't have spoken to Divya before the function, because these were words that she pulled out of my mouth. I was going to do all of this, and how does it feel? Suddenly, your dialogues were actually robbed. Yeah. But, well, you cannot stop talking about Ms. Shobha Day. Everybody knows that Ms. Shobha Day is an international personality. She's an opinion maker, she's an author, she's what isn't she? She's everything. But what did we realize in the past couple of weeks that Geeta and I have been discussing, talking, with Ms. Shobha, what have we really felt? She's a very fine human being. She's got very fine feelings and qualities. I don't think for the amount of work she does, 24 hours is really enough. She'd be running, even if a 25th hour was provided. Thank God she's here, out of some little mercies here and there where Vivek could pull it off. Otherwise, we were nearly at the edge on the flight. Yeah, those are the people who are laughing now, but then a couple of hours ago, they were not the people who were laughing. But it was, and what I'm trying to say here is, why is Ms. Shobha here? Purely to embrace, to pamper, to motivate Isha. That's a big thing. That's a lot. Why should she do it? I think we can really clap for this, because it calls for somebody with a heart to do it. It was really nice. I was deeply touched with this. And welcome to Chennai, ma'am. Thank you very much for being here. We firmly believe the assets of any family, the biggest of the assets of any family, is the ecosystem that we have around us. And in the form of an ecosystem, we have all of you, which is really phenomenal for all of us out here. You're the people who have built us, nurtured us, brought us to where we are. Thank you very much for being here. And in this regard, I would like to extend my personal welcome to a few of our friends who have really come here, taken efforts to be here at this occasion. I'd like to welcome close friend, relative, and a senior politician, Mr. Palakarupe Anand, MLA, Harbour Constituency. Would like to welcome Ms. Gokul, MLA, Annanagar Constituency. Would like to welcome Dr. Vijay Bhaskar, MLA, Vralimalai Constituency. Our good family friends, Mr. Ma Subramaniam and Ms. Tamilachi Tangapandian. Would like to welcome my mentor, Mr. Shekhar IPS. He's always been there, a big source of support, and you could see how he was while talking about Isha. Would like to welcome Senior IAS Officer Ms. Shantini Kapoor, good buddy, Santosh Babu IAS. Vivek Mendonza, you really did it. Thank you very much. I'd like to specially welcome Dinakaran Ayya from Arpukote, who's come all the way just for this evening. It means quite a lot. He's here, Mr. Kannan Uncle is here, and Kode is here. Thank you very much for coming here and making this event so special for us. And we have M.A. Manamalai, who's here. I would love to welcome each one of you by going personally, by talking about you. But I think I'll be running out of everybody's time doing that. So accept my apologies, and let me once again welcome all of you here for this evening. It's a regular evening, but all of you here have made it so lovely. Thank you very much for being here. Before I close, just one little bit about our lovely angel, Isha. This is a direct communication to you, sweetie. You're amazing. You're awesome. You're everything. I cannot really stop. Okay? You're so good. You brought so much of pride to the illustrious Valliyappa Chettiar family. We love you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
That's a really, really pretty moment. I'm sure that all of us would love to have a family like yours. Anyway, we move on. The most important part of our evening, we'd definitely like to bring the most special people of today on stage in front of you. So I'd request the dynamic industrialist, Mr. A.C. Muthaiah, Chairman Emeritus, SPIC. I'd request him to come on stage, and I'd request Mr. Nagu Chidambaram to escort him on stage and felicitate him with a token of our love and gratitude with a bouquet. I'd now request our very dear Mrs. Geeta Nagu to kindly escort our lovely chief guest, Mrs. Shobha De, on stage, an author of reputed character and boldness. We'd request you to come up on stage, and we love you, ma'am. We welcome you to this very, very special occasion. We'd like to felicitate you with a bouquet. Got the wonderful angel on stage, the child prodigy, the child author, Miss Isha Nagappan. Love to have you on stage as well. The three most important people today are two guests of honor, Mr. A.C. Muthaiya, Mrs. Shobha De, and Miss Isha Nagappan. Okay, we'd request Mrs. Geeta and Mr. Nagu to remain on stage, and we'd love to complete the family, so we'd love to have Surya on stage as well. Isha's brother, Mr. Surya Chidambaram, would love to have you on stage as well. We'd like you to give away a bouquet to your own sister as a token of being your wonderful sister. Put your hands together for the lovely family. Okay, I request you all to remain on stage, because what we're going to see next is what we're all here for. I'm sure we're all here for a cause, and the main cause of this evening is to release that wonderful book written by the 13-year-old author, Miss Isha Nagappan. So we're going to see the book release now. I'd request Mr. Shobha De and Mr. ACM to do the honors. I'd request Mr. Shobha De to release the book Alisha, the Beginning, and hand over the first copy to Mr. A.C. Muthaiya. Huge round of applause. Her first step into that big wide world as an author. We hope you go a long way, Isha. And here we have Alisha, the Beginning. We can have a huge round of applause. I'm sure Isha means something to you all in some way, either as a friend or a daughter or a family, so we can keep cheering for her. This is a huge step for a 13-year-old.